What's going on, guys? This is Geki, and we're going to talk about the Fighting EX layer changes that are coming soon in beta form to the PC version. Alright, let's talk about it. So this is not going to be an official patch to the game. This seems like they're playing around with the capabilities of the gameplay, so it seems like a huge overhaul. So first of all, we have the April Fool's Edition specs coming to Steam, and this will be as of April 1st for 1 week. I believe is the duration, so until next week essentially. It's gonna have online versus, it will have casual match, okay, spectator mode, offline versus, and options. So it doesn't look like there'll be a training mode, so you won't be able to lab anything, but it seems like they're just gonna be able to, you know, test their metrics through matches and all that sort of stuff. Now, not every single character is gonna be out and available for this, because apparently they have a lot of plans for this, so seemingly why you wouldn't include every single character, basically because maybe they're trying to balance those characters even more possibly, or they're just the closest to final in terms of this beta with these characters, and maybe the characters will be added later on throughout the week. Now these characters are pretty diverse. We have a grappler, we have a semi-Shoto, we have a true Shoto, we have another Shoto, we have the combo queen herself, Shhheeeeow. We have D.Dark, who's sort of a zoner. Shadow Geist, a bully character, like aggro pressure. We have Jack, charge character, Balrog type, basically. Blair, Footsie's monster, and Terry Bogard, the all-around top tier that's just a little on the slow side, basically. Okay? They changed the operation type to classic only. So if you ever opened up FEXL yourselves, or you're wondering what this means, basically is that when you open the game and you start a match, you're able to choose Gogi and your control type, which is progressive, which is actually easier inputs in that instead of doing quarter circle forward or a DP motion, you're doing just forward and punch, or back forward punch for a super, or down forward and punch, right? So that will be removed during this beta, and you'll have to do the manual inputs, okay? Deletion of Gogi. This is humongous. Basically, no Gogi will exist, seemingly. Either, this can mean two things. Either the Gogi choices are completely gone, so Gogi will not exist in match, or every character will come with a specific Gogi deck. So basically this means, I hope it's the latter, because it would be kind of interesting if each character had their own personalized deck. That would make it very cool and make it very unique to each character. And I don't know how they're going to change each Gogi. If they're going to be currently what we see, that would be very interesting. They're removing the chain combo system. So that is huge, because that is basically a way to make your normals, because if you guys don't know, most normals in this game are unsafe on block. They're not punishable usually, unless there are some medium buttons and done at a certain range. Some heavy buttons are plus, but only by like a frame or two generally. So the way to mitigate that is by doing a chain. It seems like you won't be able to pressure your opponent with chains. You can't stagger, and you would stagger chains to create frame traps. Now, it seems like pressure is going to be weakened in this beta, seemingly from this change alone. Change the 3-round system to a 2-round system, so each game would be 3 rounds. Now they're removing one, so games will be a lot quicker. The game timer is 60 seconds, so it is faster than traditional games that have 99 seconds. So games will be much shorter. Just this increase or decrease of the super combo gauge. Super cancel was changed to ultra cancel. I don't know what that means. Deletion of heart attack. They actually mean hard attack, not heart attack, which is the overhead done by pressing both mediums together. It's a universal overhead. So they've removed that entirely now. So something will take its place. Guard break is changed to default move with 1 gauge specification move. Guard break was a move tied to a Gogi. Now this looks like a universal mechanic instead, so that's why they've deleted this. So maybe once you have 1 bar, you can use maybe the same input to do a guard break. EX Arrow, it's another Gogi in 1 deck only, Sky Dancer, and it basically gives you a full screen jump by pressing down up, and you can aim it by doing down up forward, and that puts you behind your opponent, or you'll do like a cross up jump, and down up will put you right in front of the opponent. So they seem to have changed it to a default move, but it costs half the bar to use. Aerial chain is now possible. Ultra cancellation is possible. Homing to the opponent is possible. So this means that meaties will be a lot stronger. So if you recover from knockdown, that means you'll be able to just flip up and chase to where they are, and you'll have pressure. Now, aerial chain, why does this seem like out of the nowhere? So this is going to be air combos, which is pretty freaking sick. The direction of the lever at the time of the guard, such as the air guard, can be changed effectively either left or right. So this is saying then you can guard in the air. So are we Marvel now? Okay. EX guard. So this costs half a bar to use. This seems like as soon as you guard, the moment it's like just guarding, it looks like. There is a Gogi in this game that's on a few decks called guard cancel, and essentially what that does is that it lets you use a bar and you can cancel into a special move, or you can spend 2 bars to cancel into a super. They added EX dash. So currently in the game you can backdash and you can forward dash, but your forward dash is a run. 1 gauge consumption move. So I don't know if this means that now running costs meter, but for 1 bar it must be powerful because there's only 3 bars in the game that you could hold at one time. So if something costs a full bar versus half a bar, it must be stronger than this one here. Because of the system is sealed, the on and off of easy combo cannot be done. Okay, so basically previously there was a easy combo route, sort of like an auto combo thing you can turn off and on in the game. Basically you just press your light button or light kick, light punch button 3 times and you'll do a chain, and if you keep hitting it you'll do a special move and then end in a complementary super. It heavily scales, and it's always better to do an actual normal combo. So just to do fun stuff and mess around, it was worth it for people that didn't know what they were doing. But even at the beginner level, I find this was very unnecessary because the damage was so low and you were wasting so much bar. All right, so that was all the changes and that are upcoming. So the beta will be out April 1st. Seems like basically sort of like an Omega mode as what Ultra Street Fighter did near the end of its life. So maybe this is one of 2 things. Either it's a testing ground for what is to come in an official patch to the whole game, or this is going to be a testing ground for their next version of this game. Or they might also be just doing a giant update down the line. We don't know how long this period will last. We don't know if they're going to do another update with even more changes that are revised from these ones. We don't know if there's any other features being updated, like netcode, which I would very much. If rollback GGPO netcode could be implemented, that would be wonderful. It is free now for everyone to use. We can also use crossplay too. That would be amazing. And any other features in the game, you know, extra content to unlock, player titles, extra colors to unlock, that sort of stuff, new game modes, more story content would be wonderful. They are a super tiny studio, so I can understand that that stuff might not be coming, and stuff like certain gameplay is easier to deal with and change. I'm excited for the future. I'll be definitely testing this out as soon as it's released, and we'll be posting more content for you guys as soon as I can. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Be kind to one another. I'll see you next time.